Jägermeister Cup action brings us to Colorado Springs, Colorado for this final match in Group 2. Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC welcome in first-year side Texoma FC. Let's take a look at the Group 2 standings right now. Colorado Springs, of course, a side that has the opportunity to make it to second in the group. They have not been eliminated mathematically just yet. Would need a big-time goal-scoring performance versus Texoma tonight, as Texoma has already been eliminated from the competition. Overall, the Switchbacks FC have been really good in this competition, and if they can continue their success, then that could help push them forward in league play.
Yeah, in league play, you see them sitting at the bottom of the table, but you never know. Games like this can push you and get you into a playoff spot.
2-2 draw versus New Mexico in the competition already, and they also have a win versus El Paso Locomotive. That was a 1-0 victory. Quincy Huerman had the goal in that win. Now we take a look at tonight's player to watch, which is presented by Keg One Modelo. Anthony Fontana has a goal and an assist in 3 cup matches. Fontana also one of the team leaders with 5 goals this season in all competitions. He's a former teammate of James Chambers way back when they played with Bethlehem Steel, and Fontana was just a teenager. Now we take a look at Texoma FC, a side that's in their first season. And Corey, you've played with a team that's early on in their franchise history, and sometimes you have to take some time to get right.
Yeah, you come in with a game plan, a season plan, and everything, and then like they did, 0 points in the first 8 games, and now they changed it up, got to the middle of the table, and they were flexible with it.
Yeah, Coach Forbes mentioned how the team struggled early on, but then he worked his way into putting them in the best position possible, and a guy that really helps them be in that best position is Ajmir Spangler. He has 5 goals, 3 assists, and he's one of the leaders on this team. And when you have a guy like Spangler who comes up in the big moment, he not only helps you in the big moments, but also in matches like this, as Coach Forbes mentioned how Spangler, Pepe, players like that want to test their wits against the best sides and see if they can make it into different leagues. So we're almost ready for the matchup between Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC and Texoma FC in Jägermeister Cup play. That's up next on ESPN+.
Injured in a crash? Get McDivitt and you get a firm dedicated to every single detail of your case.
We have the knowledge and resources to investigate the crash and your insurance company's small print.
Details matter. That's why we dive deep into every aspect of your case. This gives us the firepower we need to make the insurance company pay you the money you deserve.
We never ask you to pay a penny until we get you max money for your injuries.
Online at McDivittLaw.com.
McDivitt.
The moment you call McDivitt, an action plan is put into place right away to get you the help you need.
Each case and each client is different, with different needs and solutions. Your attorney and team immediately investigates every aspect of your crash and injuries.
We track down all the paperwork and deal directly with the insurance company for you.
We keep you in the loop every step of the way, fighting to get you max money for your injuries.
And you never pay us a dime until we get money for you.
McDivitt.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Tonight's broadcast is presented by Jägermeister. Take a shot at glory and celebrate the magic of this exciting tournament all year long. Please drink responsibly. And the Independence Center. Tonight's player walkout is sponsored by Children's Hospital Colorado, moments away from the matchup between Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC and Texoma FC. Now let's take a look at our starting lineups, which are presented by Phil Long. First for the home side and Switchbacks FC, a 4-3-3. They make 7 changes from their win versus Birmingham Legion. And of course, Charlie Adams is a player that you played with. You know what he can do when he's in the middle.
Yeah, they're going to try to get Charlie Adams on the ball, get his left foot going early, and get those runs in behind. He could find those runs.
Yeah, Adams, of course, played with you had San Diego Loyal. Now we take a look at Texoma FC. They're sent out a 4-4-2. They make 10 changes from their matchup on Monday versus Union Omaha. Only JP Jordan is going to be in the lineup from the early 11 earlier in the week. And of course, we talked about Ajmer Spangler in the open, and Brandon McManus is a player that also is there. And there's going to be that connection between those two up front.
Yeah, when you play with 2 up top, you need those 2 to work together, create space, and just work off each other. Just try to get a goal or assist between one of you, get that game going.
Texoma treasuring the moment, the opportunity to play against the USL Championship side and a team that won the USL Championship final last year. They are still the champs until they are beaten. And of course, you mentioned this could be a chance for them to push and to set themselves up for a second half flurry. Here is our referee, Benjamin Meyer. We're moments away from the start of this final matchup in Group 2. There will need to be a scoring bonanza from Colorado if they want to have any chance to move forward in this competition. Texoma wants to take down a championship side for the first time in their team history. Meyer looking at his watch, blows his whistle, and we begin from Colorado Springs, Colorado. Switchbacks FC and Texoma now dueling in the USL Jägermeister Cup. James Hadden here with you, Corey Herzog beside me. And of course, for Colorado Springs, 2 wins in their first 10 USL matches, just 3 wins in their last 9. So they want to get out on the front foot against this side in Texoma, who, of course, Coach Chambers talked with us. He said, you don't want to look past any side, especially on a Texoma side that's been in such good form recently.
Yeah, they're playing well right now. Unfortunately eliminated from this, but this is like a free game for them to get their boundaries, get going in the second half of the season, and get their season, hopefully climb up a little bit up the table.
Tyler Clegg played with Portland Timbers 2. Weston, who's also on an academy contract, is passing over the top, nodded forward. Nothing there initially from Colorado Springs. Mentioned in Jägermeister Cup play, a 2-2 draw versus New Mexico United. They ended up falling in the penalty shootout. They have a 1-0 victory over El Paso Locomotive and lost to San Antonio 2-0 in the group. Echeverria on possession now near midfield. Former Red Bulls Academy man.
You can see what Texoma is doing right now, trying to get them to play long balls like this, and unfortunately for them, they've gotten it down there.
This is Charlie Adams. Fieldberg. No shot just yet. Now Tejada trying to squirt one through. Not cleared all the way. Jonas Fieldberg on the edge of the box. On the deck, and this is cleared behind for a corner.
Yeah, like I was saying, you can see Texoma forcing them to play long, sitting in a 4-5-1 right now, letting their center backs get the ball. And good by Colorado by the forward to hold it up there and create that chance.
This corner kick is brought to you by T. Rowe Price. Invest with confidence. It will be Quincy Hierman to stand behind this. Within 3 minutes, all swung into the box. will bounce to the edge, and Texoma will have a chance to clear. McMahon is trying to get on the ball. Nothing there, says Benjamin Meyer. Tonight's injury report is presented by Common Spirit Health. No Solomon Asante. One to note for Texoma. Asante, a former league MVP, the Phoenix Rising, and one of the heartbeats of Texoma FC. Coach Adrian Forbes spoke so highly of him and what he means to this team, especially with their turnaround here in 2025. So he will be missed.
Yeah, I played against him multiple games, and he's just one of those players that brings the fire, gets on the ball, creates something out of nothing. He's heavily missed tonight.
Colorado Springs dominating possession within this first 5 minutes of action. Coach Forbes of Texoma mentioned that he knows that this might be a situation he finds himself in his side, but they know that they can defend for long stretches. They also would like to enjoy being on the ball as well.
Colorado's going to need to be patient with this. Texoma is sitting deep, letting them have the ball. That doesn't mean you need to force it. Be patient, drag them out of those spaces to create for Charlie Adams to get on the ball and find them. You don't want your center backs being the playmakers right now.
Ball slid forward, and Texoma there. Texoma FC, they're a side that were winless in their first 8 matches. They are unbeaten in 7 of 8. Their only loss was to Portland Heart of Pine. This ball goes over the top. It'll bounce out for a goal kick, but 17 points of a possible 21 recently for Texoma. And after Solomon Asante talked to Coach Forbes and said, "Coach, believe in yourself, believe in what you're doing," that's when Coach Forbes was able to feel confident enough to change some of the tactics, to really believe, okay, this is what we can do with this team. And once those changes were made, that's where the successes come in. And so he talked very much about that relationship and how that really helped him push this team forward. And you've seen the benefits of it.
Yeah, and the best teams that I've been on, there's been that relationship of the coach, the player, the trust. That leads on the field, off the field, and it just brings the whole organization, the locker room, and the first season. That's huge for both of them.
Yeah, Coach Forbes said that's one of the best moments of his entire career playing or coaching, and that's the environment that he wanted to create within his team. And so for it to be evident with Solomon Asante being able to come to him and talk to him about it, and then for it to matriculate throughout the rest of the team, it's worked out very well. So right now we're about 6 minutes through in Group 2 between Colorado Springs, Switchbacks, and Texoma.
And you can see the difference in the sides. Colorado's pressing. They're home. They're the USL Championship team. They have more of the confidence, but they're coming out, winning the ball quick, and now they need to find those spaces in behind.
Fieldberg under some duress, and then commits the foul of Luke McCormick. After losing the ball here, just trying to find a way out.
Yeah, just too many touches on the ball. If he would have played 2 touch into the corner, he has a little chance there. But early in the game, trying to get your feel, get your confidence up.
And Jonas Fieldberg, 1 goal on the season. Slid down, nobody home. Brandon McManus was giving chase, but ends up rolling out for a goal kick. First time we get to hear of this man, the U.S. Youth International, Adam Beaudry. He capped for the U.S. Men's Youth National Team at the World Cup, the U-17s back in 2023. He's on loan from Colorado Rapids, and he's one of the rising prospects in the U.S. Men's Youth National Team system. Got a clean sheet last time out versus Birmingham Legion. He gets to start here today in the Jägermeister Cup. Foster sends the ball back in. Duke Lacroix, another player that you played with, down playing that left back position for Switchbacks FC.
Yeah, and he's one you want to get forward. Probably older, but he's probably one of the fastest players on that field. Dynamic left foot, gets crosses in and creates chances out of nothing.
Turned over by Texoma, but the foul from Juan Tejada means the free kick will come from near the 18-yard box.
And you're going to see Tejada do that for the full 90 minutes. Those center backs are going to get tired of him. Just pressure, pressure, pressure. And that's what you need as a forward. Keep him to one side and make those center backs uncomfortable.
This ball coming over the top. McCormick trying to win possession. And Tyler Clegg playing with his food a bit. Going back to his goalkeeper there. Echeverria can't control it. And this is Perkins down the left side. And too close for comfort there.
Almost caught the keeper cheating there, thinking of a cross going near post. It's great pressure by Texoma, and now he's putting it in. Unfortunate, trying to cross it there, but almost like a shot cross, but almost the keeper sleeping.
Beaudry, he's going to tell you that he had it, but that almost snuck right into that top corner. So you see Texoma, when they can be on the ball, they can be dynamic, and they're also defensively, they're going to put some pressure on Colorado Springs when they have the chance. So this is a very interesting matchup because we've already seen Switchbacks FC put the pressure on Texoma, and Texoma has been able to play through it. So make sure you strap yourselves in at home. Early ball into Echeverria, and Switchbacks trying to work forward. Cross comes in and nodded. Took a deflection, and it will be a corner.
And that all starts with Adams getting in the midfield, getting them, finding those spaces, and turning, playing to the opposite side and getting that switch and then a cross into the box.
This corner is brought to you by Pepsi. Pepsi, that's what I like. In the shadows. The southeast corner of the stadium. The glare. Huerman will take it. Outswinging ball this time, real chance. It looked like it was Foster who was racing in. Now Lacroix back with it, has to make a decision. He'll turn the other way. Pressure being put on. And a little too aggressive down the right side.
And that's great by Lacroix right there. Just not having many options. Hold the ball, get your body between the ball and the man, get a little nudge, and then you get that foul.
The USL on ESPN2 winds down July with 2 conference matches between teams fighting to stay in the playoff race. Watch July 29th at 7 p.m. for an Eastern Conference matchup between Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC and Miami FC. And on Wednesday, July 30th at 10 p.m. Eastern in the Western Conference, Orange County SC takes on Phoenix Rising SC, all on ESPN2. Once again, this corner kick is brought to you by Pepsi. Pepsi, that's what I like. Colorado Springs quickly down the other way. Their 3rd corner of the first half. Within the first 15 minutes of action, it's Huerman.
Keep an eye on that near post run. Just missed it last time.
Real chance again. And Tyler Clegg just can't keep it on frame.
It's a great delivery right into that danger area. Just needs to head that down. It's a great opportunity. Great whipped in ball. Just needs to head that down across the goal. Could be 1-0.
Clegg was right there. Again, right across the face of his defender. Like you said, just couldn't keep it down. And there's a foul. And Clegg has to be careful. We've seen a lot of that recently when there's an obvious whistle and then a punt or a kick after. Usually time wasting, a yellow card comes out. So good restraint being shown by Benjamin Meyer there. And also you can argue a good foul there by Clegg because he was about to be beat.
Yeah, it's either you need to get man or ball there, and he got both, and unlucky it comes off the hand. But if he turns him there, that's dangerous for Colorado Switchbacks.
So Ramos with the restart. Now Reed Valentine launches this ball forward. No touch by Colorado Springs, so a goal kick coming for the home side.
And you can kind of see both teams kind of pressing the same way. Let the center backs on the ball. Let them try to be the playmakers. Don't let the midfield find it, because when the midfield, here's Charlie Adams, he gets this and switches out, that's when they're dangerous. Here it comes.
Had eyes down the right side. Now Texoma trying to counter. A little flip forward. Good control inside the box. McManus wanted it. Now it's Teddy Baker. Left along. Ball comes into the box, and it's now out for a throw-in.
Well done by Texoma there, but Spangler and McManus need to make more darting runs. One needs to go near, one needs to go far. It needs to be better runs in the box if they're going to try to score off one of those.
JP Jordan quickly sends the ball back in. Come up through the Solar Academy, a well-known academy in the state of Texas. Aaron Seeger way out of his box, participating in the build-up. Beaudry showcasing his skill a bit, very calm for a teenager. Beaudry, a part of Colorado Rapids regular season championship, Colorado Rapids 2 in MLS Next Pro back in 2023. Made some first team appearances. McCormick forces this turnover. This ball comes centrally. McManus trying to stay on side. He is. McManus has a chance. And a save by Beaudry. Well-worked attack by Texoma. Corner coming for the away side.
You can see he holds it up well here, gives it and then a diagonal run. You always need a straight ball diagonal run or a diagonal ball straight run. Both of those happen there, and unfortunate, just needs to finish it, but great build-up by Texoma, great save by Colorado Switchbacks keeper.
As our player to watch, Spangler just laying that off really well. And McManus was able to take that first time. Adam Beaudry also in good position there. This corner is brought to you by McDivitt Law Firm. McDivitt is in your corner. So first corner of the day for Texoma.
We were talking about that relationship in the beginning between Spangler and McManus right there. Great relationship.
Being taken. Conversation inside the box. Benjamin Meyer just communicating with Luke McCormick. He's near Adam Beaudry, the goalkeeper. It's Ozzy Ramos, USL League One veteran, more than 60 appearances split between Central Valley Fuego and Forward Madison. Stands behind this corner. Ball lofted in, a lot of action inside the 6-yard box. Nothing there, ball's kept in. Now Perkins fires the ball back into the mixer. Headed high. Spangler tried to hit that on the volley. Difficult action. Now a goal kick for Colorado Springs.
As a forward, your eyes light up when that ball comes out of the 18 in the air like that. Unfortunately, didn't get the contact that he wanted, but I knew exactly what he was trying to do.
As we've seen, Texoma has not looked afraid in the slightest here on the road. Idea there. Even better defensively as this ball comes back to the goalkeeper Seeger, making just his second overall appearance this year. His other appearance came in the Jägermeister Cup. Excellent ball, nice turn. And now an opportunity for Texoma. Jordan has options in the box, and he was split between two minds, couldn't connect with either. And that is a chance that's gone awry for the away side.
Yeah, huge opportunity there. Unfortunately, the weight of the pass wasn't just right. It needs to be laid off softly to his right foot so he can hit it first time. But again, you can see him getting in the midfield, you turn through ball on the outside and get across it.
Texoma trying to take down the USL Championship side for the first time in their team history. It was a barn burner between them and Phoenix Rising, a 5-4 match. They had real chances to win that match up 3 different times versus Phoenix Rising, but couldn't finish the job, falling 5-4. Now Colorado Springs and Jonas Fieldberg. Good strike right at the goalkeeper Seeger.
Yeah, good chance there. Get the ball out wide, get across in. Fortunate for him, the angle's not exactly there, but Tejada just a second earlier might be able to run across that and deflect it in. But great header there. Great idea whipping it across, and just a little second too late there.
Fieldberg, again, 3rd year with the Switchbacks. Former Super Draft pick of FC Cincinnati, also played with Indy 11. Once again, Texoma has numbers forward. This is JP Jordan. He'll tap it on. Advantage being played. Switchbacks getting numbers behind, but Jordan has slipped through. That might be a foul. And it is. So a free kick from about 19, 20 yards out.
Spangler just being creative. This little ball right here, a little shift of the hips, split 2 defenders. Good free kick here, and this is a very dangerous on the road 20 minutes in to put a statement on this game right now.
So right now, preparing to take it is Teddy Baker. Also Ozzy Ramos stands by it. Perkins played with UN Omaha and Huntsville City FC last season. Now a 3rd member has come up. So a meeting of the minds behind this very important free kick. It's Spangler who's coming up to discuss something potentially. Colorado Springs will have a man slipping behind the wall. Now it's tight. Tight was taken by Baker.
You can see they worked on the training ground with that. Had a great opportunity there just to shift the ball around the wall. This 3 yards shifts the wall. It doesn't have to worry about the wall as much, and almost stuck it into the near post.
And that's why there was so much communication on how they wanted to attack it, especially with Colorado Springs having a man laying down behind the wall. Second ball has come onto the field. It's been taken care of. Now Colorado Springs trying to clear this danger away. Texoma starting to impose their will on the match a bit, and the momentum starting to work in their favor.
Yeah, I think the confidence kind of growing into them now. Maybe the first 5-10 minutes, seeing how Colorado is going to play a little bit. Now you can see them higher up the field. Right now, I think for the last 10 minutes, they've had the better chances, better of the ball. And all you need is one opportunity to change the game.
Local hustle, national muscle, Sun Belt Rentals. Offside on Colorado Springs. Third minutes. Texoma arguably has had the better chances here today. There was the missed header by Tyler Clegg for Colorado Springs. Outside of that, Texoma FC have looked the part against this USL Championship side. Seeger, a miss hit. Gonna want that one back.
As a keeper, you never want them to go straight out of bounds with the home crowd getting on you.
USL on CBS Sports Network wraps up July with the championship showdown. Eastern Conference Hartford Athletic take on the Western Conference top performers New Mexico United on Wednesday, July 30th at 8 p.m. Eastern on CBS Sports Network. This ball will go out of of play. Goal kick for Colorado Springs. Tejada out wide to Fjellberg. He tries the big switch. That's unsuccessful. Now Echeverria picks it up in the midfield. Colorado Springs would like to enjoy the ball for a moment. Take a little bit of a sting out of the game from Texoma. Isaiah Foster continues his run. JP Jordan goes to ground. Now Huerman finds Foster. And there was a foul, and it looked like advantage might be taken if Foster took it towards goal. He did not, was going the opposite way. And so the free kick is given.
Yeah, you can see him trying to get the cross in, plays it back. Kind of a soft foul there. Guess they'll play this as a corner.
This free kick scoring opportunity is brought to you by Underline delivering gigabyte fiber internet. Underline.com/COS. So Huerman has been the designated kick taker. He's played in some really good service up to this point. And the Switchbacks find the end of something. Doesn't beat the first line this time. Ball's brought down well. Long shot is right at the goalkeeper. Seeger makes the save.
Gonna need something more special than that to beat Seeger, but get the strike on, get the ball. Picking up the second balls is always important. Maybe a cross in there to the back post might be a little better idea.
Baker tries to ping one over the top. It was McCormick who couldn't keep it in on the touchline. Quick throw in for Colorado Springs. Isaiah Foster working forward to Huerman, who's been busy today. Tejada almost turns it over. Switchbacks FC will keep possession. Isaiah Foster, who played with FC Cincinnati too, scored for the first team. And they played in CONCACAF Champions Cup versus Cavalier FC. Now out wide. Tejada trying to pick the ball up at the top of the box. He cannot. It's good defense there by Reed Valentine. Just pushing him off his spot.
Yeah, you can see the Colorado midfield three are very interchangeable. Movement is very good. Just need to find those spaces. If the center backs can play them into those spaces and turn, that's when they're dangerous.
Switchbacks back on the ball. Coach Chambers on the mentality for this team. He said, we want to win the game and do the right things. We say all these things that we're going to do, but are we going to execute? Right now, a chance to execute in the final third. Echeverria out wide to Quincy Huerman. Huerman lifts it in, and a diving push away by Aaron Seeger. Very calmly, Tyler Clegg continues in possession. The attack continues for Colorado Springs. Overlap is there. Nobody picks up Fjellberg, so he sends the ball towards the back post. Huerman's run a little short.
And every time Colorado does find those midfielders and they get a turn and switch the play, they get an overlap from the right back or the left back and get a good cross in, and they're very dangerous when they're like that. Sometimes when they play too direct, they're not getting those chances that they really want.
Now, Seeger will send everyone forward. It's just as we said, Texoma was starting to work their way into the match. Colorado Springs has taken that momentum back. So Reed Valentine on this ball now, the Dallas, Texas native. Just shoved off the ball a bit. And it will be a throw-in for Colorado Springs. Anthony Fontana came through the Philadelphia Union Academy. Now playing with Colorado Springs under his former teammate, now head coach, James Chambers, who won it all in USL Championship last year. Slip ball forward, Huerman. Not a bad idea as he tried to twirl to take his shot. Now the pressure being put on, and the counter press, ball won back to the home side.
Yeah, speaking of Chambers as the coach, played against him when he played for Bethlehem Steel. He is one guy you do not want to go into a 50-50 challenge, because technically it's not 50-50 when you go in with him. He's going to come out either with you or with the ball.
That's the exact way, that same mentality that Coach Chambers coaches his team with. This is Charlie Adams. Now back to Clegg. So many different players in the attacking half for Colorado Springs. The Quaw. Now Foster. He can't swivel forward. Ajmer Spangler will carry for the moment. Ball sent direct. Baker trying to stay on side. Now he receives it.
Texoma is just one good touch, one good ball away from getting in behind there. If they could just take care of the ball, just that 1-2 touch real quick and pick up their head and find that run, he's in on a breakaway. But you can see when Colorado does get the ball, Texoma drops into a 5-4-1, and it's very difficult to break down. This is where Colorado needs to be patient, move the ball, drag him out of the spaces, and create those spaces for the midfielders.
This is Henry Weston. He works back to Clegg. You mentioned it. So many numbers behind the ball, not making it easy for Colorado Springs. Now an early ball comes in. Eyes for Tejada. Echeverria will win it and find Foster. Returns to Echeverria.
Texoma will take those balls in all day. Crosses from 30, 40 yards out. Two big center backs against one forward. They'll live and die by that.
Now Fontana's pendulum swings out wide now to Weston. Ball moving with a little bit more pace now. Adams.
You can hit these.
You teed it up. You had a feeling he was going to take that shot. That was from at least 30 yards out.
I've seen him play plenty of those in the back of the net, in training, in games, playing with him in San Diego.
While those are from a difficult range, you also have to feel that those are shots that Texoma will live with.
Exactly. He puts that in the top corner. There's nothing you can do about that. It's good defending, even a better offense.
So some of the out-of-town scores. You see El Paso Locomotive up 1-0 on top of Omaha, and San Antonio leading 1-0 on New Mexico in the group. So as we mentioned, Colorado Springs sitting on 4 points right now, not mathematically eliminated just yet, but they would have to score 7 goals to draw even with Phoenix Rising, who's second in the group. And then even more so, there are other matches around the Jägermeister Cup where teams are working on 8 or 9 points, making it almost impossible for them to move on. This ball comes in. It was Will Perkins who sent in the cross. Brandon McManus was ready for the header.
Yeah, and you can see in this little replay as they get the switch, there is a lot of space in behind and wide on Colorado Switchbacks back 4. And unlucky there. Looks like a great cross, just mistimed it.
McManus, who has 4 goals, 1 assist on the season. He's made for the big moment. He scored the first goal in franchise history, as well as their first USL League One goal. There was a foul near the touchline. Referee pausing this match for a moment with Isaiah Foster holding at his right ankle. So Foster currently down. Egan extra moment. He'll be helped up by the referee, and Duke Lacroix. Get things going in a moment. Talking with Coach Forbes about the philosophy for this team and for Texoma. The change in the shift happened, how they wanted to play. Knew he wanted to play a certain style. He was the head coach. It was his first time leading a team and wanted to impart that style on this team. But over the course of the beginning of the year, some of the injuries, realized it wasn't going to be conducive for success. And so, as any good coach would, sometimes you got to flip the script. You got to switch things up. And that's what's helped them, put them in a better position, not only in the league, but also helping them get a win.
Yeah, it's coming in as a new team, new coach, new everything. You have to be very flexible. You got to be able to adapt to your surroundings, and that's what they did. And look at them now, 7th place in USL 1.
So there's a foul just outside the 18 of Texoma. And Ozzy Ramos taking a little break before returning to action. You can see here Texoma and Colorado Springs 0-0 right now, 35th minute. Sunbelt Rentals, local hustle, national muscle. Corey, which head coach do you think is going to be more happier with this side up to this point?
I think Texoma is going to be happy with how they're playing, getting in behind, but then you're also frustrated because you haven't put one in the back of the net. You have these opportunities where if one pass was a little better, one finish is a little better, it could be 1-0. But then on the other hand, Colorado, little shaky at the back, a lot of space, but they did come up with 2 good opportunities. So I would say both coaches are probably happy, but not with the finishing part.
Echeverria, great ball forward. Huerman working on his own, drops it off. Oh, a real opportunity for Colorado Springs. They just couldn't finish.
And as I was just saying, just those little timings, little touches create, and chances disappear just like that.
And now this match opening up. Luke McCormick wins this ball for Texoma. Excellent move to keep possession. McCormick, a one-man wrecking crew right now. And he ends up on the pitch. Just too many bodies around him in a black jersey.
Right now, Colorado just slow the ball down. It's been going end to end. You just had a good opportunity. You don't want to keep pressing because we don't have the numbers right now. Bring the ball back, create those numbers situations, and keep the ball.
Fontana almost loses possession, but now things will settle down for Switchbacks FC. Off the left side now. Overlapping run from Isaiah Foster. Has a chance to cross. Comes in on the deck, and Reed Valentine is there for coverage. McManus trying to hold things up. He'll lose possession. And you have to feel hard-pressed to believe it. This match could be 1-1, so it makes sense why it's right now it's 0-0.
Easily could be 1-1, 2-2 if there's just that little bit of finishing at the end, just that little perfection that somebody wants in it.
A spill, and Juan Tejada pounces. The USL Championship final MVP strikes again here in this Jägermeister Cup, and Colorado Springs Switchbacks in front 1-0.
And that's just a forwards goal right there, following a shot. Not a good spill by the keeper right there, but a good forward, follow your shot, one-touch finish in, 1-0 Colorado. And those are the chances you need to finish.
Of course, Fjellberg trying to find a chance to shoot on his right foot, and it bounces up on Seeger. Tejada was there for the rebound, and you mentioned it, just pesky all the ways around the box. That's where you want to be if you're a forward. Those are the easiest goals you're going to get.
Yeah, as a forward, you love those goals, but Seeger really needs to hold on to that one. Unfortunate that bounces right in front of him, but if he can hold on to that and avoid that, but you can Tejada just being there at the right time, at the right spot.
Juan Tejada, the Panamanian international, 2 goals in all competitions, now has 3. And the Switchbacks goal is presented by Gold Hill. Gold Hill, the best address.
And now if you're Texoma, you don't want to, these last 10 minutes of this half, you don't want to go down 2-3-0. You want to keep it at 1-0, try to get one more chance. But then if you're Colorado, keep going. You want to hammer them, try to get 2 in before halftime.
And that's where we saw, we talked about Charlie Adams taking that long shot from distance and ball going over. And for Fieldberg, that's a little bit better distance to take a shot outside of the box. And that's what can happen when you put pressure on the goalkeeper. You have to put the onus on them. He makes the mistake, and Tejada was there for the rebound.
Especially his second start of the season, maybe a little nerves. Put shots on target and look what happens.
So direct ball over the top and will bounce and scoot out of play. Deep throwing in their own defensive half for Colorado Springs. Is in front by a goal. This is the margin that they won versus Birmingham Legion, 1-0. And as you said, potentially looking for more. Tejada can't connect with Huerman, who had just crossed midfield. Now Angelo Calfo, haven't said his name much today, played last year in the Australian second division. Reed Valentine goes off to the right side. Almost will pick it up. Some pressure being put on. Big switch, a lot of space. If they can make this connection. This is JP Jordan. Spangler is dispossessed, and Fieldberg racing forward. Some contact. Reed Valentine is the guilty party, and that's going to be a yellow card. So well done by Fieldberg forcing the contact, and Valentine the guilty party.
Yeah, if he doesn't knock him over there, he's in on him. He has the speed, he has the strength. Unfortunate for him, great little touch here, but the defender knows he's beat right there and he has to. But remember that yellow card later on in the game, because when a center back gets a yellow card, now you go after him.
A yellow card has been issued to Reed Valentine. This caution is sponsored by Diversis Health, Mental Health, and Well-Being for All. Remember to take a moment to breathe. 41st minute, Switchbacks FC in front by a goal, thanks to Juan Tejada. This free kick opportunity is brought to you by Underline, delivering gigabyte fiber internet. Underline.com/COS. Ball's lofted into the box. Ramos was first to it. And Huerman, who has done really well in service today, just could not beat, really put anybody in position there.
Yeah, you can see on their corners and free kicks, they really like going near post. They must see something in a weakness that Texoma maybe gave up goals there, but they've been really hammering that near post.
Perkins keeps this ball in. Nice touch over the top, and McCormick unable to win the ball. Now the center back, Clegg. Nothing there, says Benjamin Meyer. Clegg needing an extra moment to rise to his feet. He's back up. And a throw in for Colorado Springs.
And Clegg is one of those defenders that's very aggressive to the step. So if Texoma could see that, win a ball, if he's stepping, there's a lot of space in behind, like we've said.
Lacroix. Foster. And you see Fieldberg with that speed around his first defender, still with it into the box. Tejada was the intended target, and now it's out for a corner.
It's a great little touch over the top. Unfortunate not to get this a little bit more to the back post, but it's a good cutback. Tejada not in the right position, but that's a tough finish if it is right there.
This corner kick is brought to you by Pepsi. Pepsi, that's what I like. It's Huerman once again. You mentioned that they've been hammering that near post. Juan Tejada almost got on the end of one earlier in this match. Tyler Clegg also had a chance from the same position. And Switchbacks FC score a second before halftime. Another outswinger. It's Clegg, the intended target. And there's a collision in the box. It will be a Texoma free kick.
Another great delivery in the box there.
Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the Academy to the big league, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. Reset for Texoma. Down by the goal. Juan Tejada scored it. McCormick continues his run off this ball from Perkins. He's at the end line. Back to Teddy Baker. Jordan. McCormick's back heel. Now Ramos. Texoma enjoying the ball right now as we wind down the first half. The early word is about a minute. McManus makes the run, and it's Beaudry will snag it for the Switchbacks.
Ideas right there. Good ball, good run. Unfortunately, just a little too hard. Well done by the keeper to read that.
Adam Beaudry has made first-team starts for the Rapids. Colorado, this alone very important with just how much goalkeeping talent that the Colorado Rapids do have. It's a real opportunity for Beaudry, especially with Christian Herrera out right now.
And you can see during the game how confident he is with the feet. Not only that, but as I say that, but how confident they are giving it back to him in the situations that he's receiving it in.
Made that first start last time out for Switchbacks FC. Had the clean sheet versus Birmingham Legion. And you talk about his confidence. Coach Chambers talked about that with us this week. Now Huerman drops it off. Slip through towards Fjellberg, and he shoots.
He's just missed Tejada there. If he could, maybe slip it between the defender's legs as he's going to cross it, because they always reach. Puts this cross across. Boom. Tejada might have a touch in there.
Stoppage time is presented by TikTok Shop. And not the one on your cell phone. Almost played through our first full minute. It's Fjellberg. And that's a foul. And JP Jordan gives Colorado Springs a real opportunity late in this half with that contact.
Yeah, this is important. Important free kick for both teams. Tacoma get into the halftime at 1-0, or Colorado, can you get one? You've only been a couple inches off of getting that Clegg on the header and getting a goal.
This free kick scoring opportunity is brought to you by Underline, delivering gigabyte fiber internet. Underline.com/COS. Huerman making sure that where he's going to take his free kick from is clear of any debris. 2 men in the wall for Texoma. And now a whistle blown, and that'll add to the tension as we end this half. Good conversation with Will Perkins.
There is a lot of space on the top of the box if they would go short. Little fake cross, come short, and have a shot from right on top of the box.
Fjellberg and Fontana are there. It's going to be dropped in towards the back post, and it's over everyone and out. So there's your halftime whistle. Corey, thoughts on that first half?
Yeah, good opportunities for both teams. Unfortunate for Texoma, they haven't finished. Tejada finished his, and that's basically the story right now of 1-0.
Yeah, Juan Tejada scoring the deciding goal up to this point. 1-0 the score right now between Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC and Texoma FC. Early on, it was Texoma who had some chances. Fjellberg right there with that shot. Juan Tejada with the rebound. And Switchbacks FC in front by a goal. Halftime upcoming here on ESPN Plus.
Injured in a crash? Get McDivitt and you get a firm dedicated to every single detail of your case.
We have the knowledge and resources to investigate the crash and your insurance company's small print.
Details matter. That's why we dive deep into every aspect of your case. This gives us the firepower we need to make the insurance company pay you the money you deserve.
We never ask you to pay a penny until we get you max money for your injuries.
Online at mcdivittlaw.com.
McDivitt.
The moment you call McDivitt, an action plan is put into place right away to get you the help you need.
Each case and each client is different, with different needs and solutions. Your attorney and team immediately investigates every aspect of your crash and injuries.
We track down all the paperwork and deal directly with the insurance company for you.
We keep you in the loop every step of the way, fighting to get you max money for your injuries.
And you never pay us a dime until we get money for you.
McDivitt.
When I came back from the war, I was barely hanging on by a thread. I'm here today because of Tanya's relentless efforts in trying to get me healed. And says, Michael, I know you've got a plan to take your life today, but if you give me just 5 more minutes to love you. 5 more minutes, 5 more minutes, honey, 5 more minutes.
Michael has actually taught me what it looks like to accept help.
Tonight's halftime is presented by the independent sitter, Switchbacks FC, in front 1-0 on top of Texoma FC. Now, tonight's honorary healthcare professional of the match is Dr. Stephen Newman, System Medical Director, West Division. Thank you, Dr. Newman, for everything you've done to help our community. The healthcare professional of the match is sponsored by Olson Plumbing and Heating. Now we move right on in halftime with a feature on USL players on the international stage.
The 2025 soccer summer has provided big moments on big stages, and the USL has played a major role. June's CONCACAF Gold Cup included a dozen current players from USL clubs, 9 from the Championship, 3 from League One. 7 of those players logged a total of more than 1,000 minutes. Las Vegas Lights' Edison Azcona scored a goal for the Dominican Republic, and the player that grabbed the spotlight was Guatemala's Rubio Rubin. The Charleston Battery forward scored and assisted a goal in a must-win match against Guadeloupe, but Rubin was not finished. A perfect header in Guatemala's quarterfinal match against favored Canada set up a penalty kick shootout upset. League One's presence was also felt in the Gold Cup. Portland Hearts of Pine's Natty James played more than 120 minutes for Trinidad and Tobago, and it's these kinds of numbers that helped Rubio Rubin decide to return to USL.
Over the years, this league has only gotten more competitive. That creates an environment where, national teams, especially in CONCACAF, call players, playing in this league.
In September, Rubin and Guatemala begin their final push to qualify for the 2026 World Cup. 9 more of those USL Gold Cup players are hoping for that phone call, itching to play as many minutes as possible.
That's something that is spoken about in the national team, always with the head coaches. If you're scoring goals and you're assisting, helping your team, it's going to help you with the national team.
Loose in front, put home! Riverhounds go on top. Warren takes the shot, a banger to put Orange County up 3-1.
Whoa, termites can eat a pound of wood a day. Pound of wood a day.
Pound of wood a day. Pound of wood a day.
What's wrong, Daddy? Daddy? You okay?
Keep termites out of your home and your head with our premium guarantee that covers up to $250,000 in new termite damage. Before panic shows up, Terminix it.
Prinks tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines. From early mornings to late nights. From fun with friends to winner takes all. From the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prinks tires will be there for the long haul.
3 ice-cold Jägermeister shots, please. Those look warm.
Serve it cold or don't serve it at all. Jägermeister. Damn, that's cold.
Welcome back to halftime between Colorado Springs and Texoma. Currently, Switchbacks in front 1-0 over Los Parajos. And we take a look at the news and notes here in the USL Jägermeister Cup. Of course, this is the cup draw. Race for the Jägermeister Cup knockout. Charlotte, Forward Madison, and Greenville all have a chance to advance to represent League One. And some matches have gone final. Charlotte and Loudoun both ended up with 9 points in their group. And Charlotte had 8 goals to Loudoun's 5, so the Independents will be moving on. Greenville also with 9 points. They will be moving on out of Group 6, and so some USL League One flavor will be in the knockout stages of the USL Jägermeister Cup. Now we can move right along and take a look at the scores in Group 2. Of course, San Antonio already going through out of this group with 12 points, and El Paso Locomotive potentially going to get the win over Union Omaha. They lead 1-0 over USL League One side and reigning champions, Omaha. Now let's take a look at the current and live standings. Colorado Springs with their 1 goal. They moved in a tie with Phoenix Rising. But of course, the most important number now, if there's a tie, is that goals for. And you see Phoenix Rising with 10 goals to Colorado Springs 4. So the Switchbacks would have to score now 6 goals in this half if they would like to move forward. Almost ready for the second half. We'll be back for that second half in just a moment here on ESPN Plus.
At 6,035 feet above sea level, Widener Field is the highest professional pitch in all of the United States. We breathe harder. We breathe deeper. We breathe stronger. Our presence is elevated. Because we make Widener Field a nightmare for teams to play. This is a fortress. We engage with our community and our fans. We inspire the next generation of athletes. We approach every situation with humility. We are resilient in the face of adversity. Because we are the Switchbacks FC.
Injured in a crash? Get McDivitt and you get a firm dedicated to every single detail of your case.
We have the knowledge and resources to investigate the crash and your insurance company's small print.
Details matter. That's why we dive deep into every aspect of your case. This gives us the firepower we need to make the insurance company pay you the money you deserve.
We never ask you to pay a penny until we get you max money for your injuries.
Online at mcdivittlaw.com.
McDivitt.
The moment you call McDivitt, an action plan is put into place right away to get you the help you need.
Each case and each client is different, with different needs and solutions. Your attorney and team immediately investigates every aspect of your crash and injuries.
We track down all the paperwork and deal directly with the insurance company for you.
We keep you in the loop every step of the way, fighting to get you max money for your injuries.
And you never pay us a dime until we get money for you.
McDivitt.
The bravest person I know is my daughter, Cynthia.
My friend Sean, and he was in the Air Force.
One of the bravest things he ever did wasn't when he first enlisted, it was when he found his first support group.
It was when he asked to move in with me and my mom.
I felt like I was lost, and you gave me a place to stay.
She went on foreign soil. She went to war. But the bravest thing she did is when she asked for help.
The PTSD, depression, anxiety. I needed somebody to sit on my side of the table. Ray made that happen for me. KOAA, Channel 5, they care about the military. They care about the veterans. I've never seen this kind of care in my 80 years. Thank goodness for Bree helping me out. God put an angel in my life, and it just touched me so much.
Tonight's broadcast is presented by Jägermeister. Take a shot at glory and celebrate the magic of this exciting tournament all year long. Please drink responsibly. Welcome back to Now we take a look at the halftime stats. 6 shots for the Switchbacks, just 4 for Texoma, and both sides had their fair share of chances. What did you like from both sides today?
Yeah, as you can see in the possession, Colorado keeps the possession well, but they didn't get as many opportunities as Texoma. So what Texoma needs to look for in the second half is finishing those chances, getting in behind where that space is, and picking the right pass.
You saw Spangler and Brandon McManus both have real chances. Also, J.P. Jordan had acres of space from a lot of time on that right side, and so that'll be something to look forward to in the second half. Will that continue, or will there be an adjustment made by Colorado Springs and Coach Chambers to kind of close down that space? You also have the expectation that Switchbacks with the lead will love to have more possession in this second half, so we'll see what adjustments Coach Forbes could make. If you're a team that didn't have a lot of possession in the first half, what would you do if you were Coach Forbes?
I think now you have to go out and get that press going. In the beginning of the game, they sat back a little bit, and that's why that possession stat is so off. They let them play around the back a little bit, force some of the long balls, but I think you come out firing in the second half. Yes, you're the USL 1 team, the USL Championship team, but that doesn't matter tonight. And then they come out, put that pressure on them, and show them, hey, we can play with you.
Yosuke Hanya, another man that's on loan from Colorado Rapids, has come in at halftime. So we'll have that substitution for you in a moment, but Hanya and Adam Beaudry, teammates at Colorado, played with Colorado Rapids too, and Hanya comes in for Anthony Fontana. Hanya, one of the best players in the history of Colorado Rapids, too. 17 goals, 13 assists with the second team in Colorado. Played his collegiate soccer at UMass. And there's his teammate in Colorado, now his teammate here with Colorado Springs, Adam Beaudry. Beaudry looking on for a second consecutive clean sheet in his first 2 appearances for the Switchbacks. If he can end this second 45 with no goals given up.
Yeah, and he's done well today with his positioning. His feet maybe a little questionable here and there, but he's done well. He has the confidence, and his team has the confidence behind him.
Benjamin Meyer blows his whistle, and we begin this second half from Widener Field in Colorado Springs, Colorado. Switchbacks in front of Texoma 1-0. James Hadnot here with you, Corey Herzog with me. And that's not last off of Fjellberg. Switchbacks will keep possession. Echeverria sends the ball centrally. Foster dumping it forward. Tejada wasn't going to win the race to that. It's going to be a goal kick. No changes for Texoma at halftime. So it will be the likes of McManus and Spangler at the front. We have to really look for that substitution at halftime is brought to you by UCCS, where business careers start. There was a collision just past midfield.
This is a good little turn by Tejada. Beats the defender, and like I said in the beginning, he's going to be on the shoulders of the defenders all day.
Tejada sends the ball out wide to Fjellberg. Isaiah Foster on the underlap. He's closed down by 2. Now Fjellberg sends this in on the deck. It takes a deflection out to Heuerman. He's not shy to shoot from there. Echeverria looking for space to shoot himself. It'll be a goal kick.
Ideas there on the top of the box. Maybe get a little curl in there because he's going with his laces. It's just bending away from the goal. Looks like Charlie Adams.
So Charlie Adams is down. The trainer will come out. This injury stoppage is presented by Common Spirit Health. Charlie Adams has been been with a lot of successful sides in USL, whether it's San Diego Loyal or playing with Louisville City. And he's down right now. One of some of your favorite Charlie Adams moments.
Yeah, I mean, he's always a jokester in the locker room, so he's a lot funny, but his left foot is so good. Get on the ball, get on the touch, and he's able to find those spaces for forwards like me that like making those runs in. I love receiving a ball that's the perfect ball that I don't have to do as much work, and he puts it right on a platter for you. It looks like he was wearing a sleeve, so it might be something that happened during the week that might be bugging him again. And that halftime is always the hardest to try to stay warm, and you can feel it probably get a little tight there.
Take a look at Isaiah Foster, James Chambers on the sideline. That is Coach Chambers, reigning champion in USL Championship in his first season as a head coach. And I talked to him a little bit last year about what he wanted to see from his team in the season. Before he was the head man, felt like they played a lot of possession, a lot of keeping the ball, wanted to make sure they were more dynamic in the attack. And that's what they saw last year. They were top 5 in goals. This season, there's been the drop-off in goals, but you don't have Adamas, or you don't have your second leading goal scorer in Justin Dillon. It makes it more difficult for you as a team when you use players of that caliber. We've seen Tejada score today, but you want to still try to find a way to be dynamic with who you have.
Yeah, a lot of goals left last year, and that's why they won it all last year. You score goals, you win games. So unfortunately this year, it's kind of hard to find, but like I said earlier, they're only 4 points out of playoffs with maybe 15, 14 more games left. They're still in it. This could be the kickoff to get that second half going.
You see Adams, he walks off under his own power. It looks like his day might be done as he's sharing with the training staff what happened. And with all the hugs and daps that he's receiving, he's on the sideline. So we hope that he's okay. As Corey mentioned, he has a wand of a left foot.
Yeah, they're going to miss him in that midfield, getting on the ball, being able to play those balls and turning in there and seeing the spacing behind.
So Brennan Creek will come on for Charlie Adams. So now one window used here in the second half. Of course, Hanya came on at the halftime break, but this is the first window used in the second half. The substitution is brought to you by UCCS, where business careers start. 51st minute of action. Switchbacks in front. They scored their first goal in the first half. Juan Tejada with the goal. A bad ball over the top. Who will win it? And it goes out for Colorado Springs' throw. Soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats. And that was a great shot. Bar down for Colorado Springs. Quincy Hierman with a beautiful strike. And he finds some very important fans in the crowd. Switchbacks lead 2-0.
And what a strike it was. Comes off of nothing, a throw-in. Comes off the throw-in, little lazy defending, and he puts it in the top corner. Watch this finish. It's just a little lazy by Texoma, a little off a throw-in, touch here, boom. What a goal.
Hierman had a goal like that earlier this year, and it was a banger from a little bit farther out. But this one is pristine, right there in the top corner where the Owls sleep. And he has a fantastic finish. Switchbacks in front by 2 goals now.
And that's in Colorado. That's what you want for Colorado. Come out of the game, come out at halftime. That's exactly what Chambers probably was saying at halftime. Get an early one, put them to bed, and now you go get your third.
Switchbacks goal is presented by Gold Hill. Gold Hill, the best address. For Hierman, his second goal of the season in all competitions. He already had a goal in the Jägermeister Cup. He now has his second of the competition. The leaders at the top of the Jägermeister Cup all had 3 goals. Diego Pepe, who's on the bench for Texoma, is tied with 5 other players for that golden boot. So if Hierman could find a goal or 2, he might move to the top of those golden boot standings in the cup.
Goals do change games, but goals like that could change seasons. It could bring that little confidence that everybody needed on that field. And as we said, Creek came in, got an assist right away. Good job by him to come off the bench, be ready, and get that assist.
And Hierman was just serenaded because by the fans. So now substitution being made for Texoma. Beaudry now take the goal kick. So Preston Kilwine comes out along with JP Jordan. Alejandro Padilla will come on along with Lamine Jane. Those substitutions were brought to you by UCCS, where business careers start. Hierman, fresh off his last goal. Right idea as Hanya picks this up. Hanya shoved down. And nothing there, says Benjamin Meyer. A little traffic jam between Hierman and Hanya, and that's what kind of slowed the pace of that attack.
Yeah, and as a forward, you always want that call, but I think it's the right call by the ref. He does well to get his body in. Like you said, a little traffic jam right now. I think he wants his second goal. It is, that view, it kind of looks like a PK, hits him from behind.
Hanya was first to the ball. It wasn't a touch that was out of his body. He had full control of it, and Switchbacks will be hard-pressed to believe that something more should have come from that rather than a play on. And now, some pushing and shoving between Brandon McManus and Duke Lacroix. And now the two will have to come have a chat with Benjamin Meyer. There it is. You see, just discussing the best places to eat in Colorado Springs. Baker almost loses possession and does. Now Echeverria. Hierman. And now Hanya. He's always quick on the ball. Big switch. Foster, a heavy touch. John A. shoving him out of play into the stanchion. And again, now Texoma down 2-0. And it seems like their level of aggression has started to rise.
Yeah, they brought in those subs, and now you can see they're pressing a little higher. You are down 2-0, so the game does have to change. Where we talk about being flexible, you need to get on the ball and just find those holes in the midfield.
Big ball over the top. And now it'll go out for a corner.
And those are those spaces we were talking about. Good ball over the top, and if he gets there, it's a 2v1. Colorado needs to shut down and keep those spaces and keep that back four together.
This corner is brought to you by Pepsi. Pepsi, that's what I like. So this is Teddy Baker. Would love some good service here for Texoma. And try to draw one back. 57th minute. Ball's lifted in. Fjellberg is first to it. Back to Baker. Ball sent back in. Now it's headed. McManus down, turning. And that's just a difficult mush from Spangler.
Yeah, you can see his idea there. Just good touch off his body. Just couldn't get the hips all the way around. That is a tough finish. If he hits that in the back of the net, that could be goal of the day.
That looked like McCormick, beg your pardon, on that turn. Now Fjellberg quickly forward. Hanya is off the right of Tejada if he sees him. Tejada deciding to go on his own. Now off this miscue. Nothing there again. And you see the two coming together, sharing a bit of an embrace after. It's the substitute. He's looking for his first goal. So as we move towards an hour gone in this match, Colorado Springs has staked their claim against Texoma. The Birds looked very good in the first half. They held their own. They gave up the one goal on the miscue, the spill. And Juan Tejada stepped up and scored here in the second half. It was a goal from Quincy Hierman. A beauty as he went inside the box. And now Switchbacks looking for a third. Fjellberg. And that did not take a deflection, just to miss it.
Yeah, he's just trying to get that on target there. Fortunately, gets underneath it, sails it over the goal, but you can see Colorado is now getting that confidence, maybe that they didn't have in the beginning of the year, being in last place. But like I said, goals change games, goals could change seasons. So hopefully this confidence can go into the rest of this game and then leak into the rest of the season for them.
Sunbelt Rentals, local hustle, national muscle. Aaron Seeger, just his second overall appearance of the year, played prior with Memphis 901, launches this ball away. As it's nodded around, Lacroix will go back to his goalkeeper, and Beaudry will scoop it up. Now Lacroix showing that speed you talked about, breaking through a couple of lines. Brennan Creek, the substitute, finds Clegg.
You see Tejada dropped into the midfield a little bit, coming a little deeper, but that's the rotation that probably Chambers wants, that rotation. Now he's going up top, and he's in.
Huerman, the right idea, run made by Tejada, just couldn't pick him out. Now Isaiah Foster, wide, slides it to Fjellberg, lets it run, does Fjellberg. He has the pace to get through, draws it across at the top of the box. Huerman is closed down, and it will be a corner.
Yeah, passed it on that strong left foot of him, gets the defender on the ground. Unfortunately, well done by the defender to slide across to take that.
You see, just again, all the way around, Huerman set himself up, but good defending in the end. This corner kick is brought to you by McDivitt Law Firm. McDivitt is in your corner. Huerman already with a goal today. Would love to add another goal contribution and maybe provide an early dagger against USL League One side Texoma. Ball is launched in the box. Ozzy Ramos is there. Tejada was coming at the near post, another near post run again.
Yeah, another near post. That's a great ball. Luckily for Tejada, just didn't get a little touch on it, but good defending on the other hand too.
Once again, we see Colorado Springs dominating possession as they look for this third.
And from playing at Colorado Springs and playing there a couple times, this is the time where you're starting to feel that elevation. You're feeling, hey, you're tired. So maybe that's what Texoma's feeling right now. But they have that second win. If they can get one goal changes the game. If they can get one, that confidence comes back.
Texoma has had late runs this season. Very tight here as Ramos works in the back. Now a long ball forward. McManus ends up with it. He'll usher it along. Now McCormick. He is now with Clegg in front of him. Baker. He's blocked away. Now McManus. A slight clearance. Perkins turning. Wide to McCormick. Will there be an entry for Texoma? Valentine. John-A, the substitute. John-A's shot well wide. It'll be a goal kick.
That's good from Texoma. Get the ball out wide, get across, or unfortunately, get wide, no cross. He comes in, dribbles, unfortunately not to get it on target. But like Colorado did, get those shots on target. You never know what could happen. Forward can get a tap in, could be a little spill, never know.
Can't watch the match? Turn on SiriusXM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights. Plus hear live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on SiriusXM FC 157 and the new SiriusXM app. 64th minute of action. Corey, you were mentioning what a goal could potentially do for Texoma. When you think about their recent success, they've had a lot of late wins. I asked Coach Forbes about that. He said, well, earlier in the season, teams were getting late goals on us. And I asked our team about, well, what did that feel like? They said we didn't like it at all. Well, what do you think the other team felt like? They were jubilant. And why not let us be jubilant and let the other team not feel good at all? And when I tell you they've had, out of their recent wins, they've had 4 wins come with goals after the 70th minute. So they need one first to even give themselves a chance. But they have that belief in themselves, and that comes from the head coach.
Exactly, and that's what you want as your team. Never give up mentality. If we can get one here, you never know what could happen later on.
Here is some contact that was made. You see Spangler. Foster feels like he got that clean.
Those two have been going at it all day. Good little battle.
Colorado Springs has won the war up to this point. They lead 2-0. And you see Adrian Forbes arguing his case. A little bit more there. It's Ozzy Ramos standing behind this opportunity. Ramos lets it rip. This is a good ball. Still free for the moment. Who's it last off of? It's last off of the Switchbacks, and this will be a corner kick. This corner kick is brought to you by Pepsi. Pepsi, that's what I like. It's Teddy Baker once again to deliver. Bouncing in the box. Still a chance. Spangler sends it towards the back post, and then Beaudry collects.
And what an idea and ball by Spangler right there. He knew he couldn't hit it. It puts it back in a great position for them, but unfortunately not the right balance or run that they needed.
And McCormick had already gotten past the ball. If he could come and strike it as it's coming down. Beaudry, who's a great goalkeeper, that would have been a very difficult save. Now the ball sent long. Fjellberg finds himself behind the back line. John A is there. He eludes him and does earn a corner in the end. This corner is brought to you by Pikes Peak National Bank. We've been kicking it for local business since 1957. Lindsey Heuerman makes the long trek to take this corner. His teammate Marco Micheletto getting in his ear, trying to give him a quick pep talk. Out-swinging ball will bounce, and Baker will clear. McCormick will win the race and does a little dance with Echeverria still in front of him. And in the end, showcase maybe 2 left feet as the ball goes over the byline. Benjamin Meyer allowing for the substitution. Jonas Fjellberg. His day will come to a close here in the 69th minute. He was spry today. Found himself behind the back line multiple times. And Fjellberg will come off to a great ovation as now Levante Johnson, the former Whitecaps FC man, will come on. This substitution is brought to you by UCCS, where business careers start. And Johnson, former champion in college at Syracuse University. Went on to earn a contract with the Whitecaps. Made 7 starts with the first team. And now the ball won by Texoma. John A. Too many behind him. Foster goes down in a heap, and that didn't look good as he's still down. Play hasn't come to a halt just yet. Hanya has it on the touchline. And now play will cease. Isaiah Foster holding at his toe.
Possibly just getting stepped on there. Little timeout break there.
So in the 70th minute, he'll get to his feet, which is a much better sight. And Colorado Springs, excuse me, has already used 2 substitution windows here in the second half. So with 20 minutes remaining, we'll see if Coach Chambers goes to the bench again and when that is. As Lacroix lifts this forward, Hanya, who was playing down the right side, now has moved to the left. He's an interchangeable midfielder. He can do a lot.
Yeah, I really like Colorado's midfield and how their forwards all interchangeable, playing different positions. Very hard for Texoma to keep an eye on who's moving, who's going where, and it's creating a lot of space in there.
A little space for Creek. He'll take it and tap out to Isaiah Foster. Creek back in possession. Hanya can't hold up at the top of the 18. John A. Brisk. He'll try to beat Lacroix. It's not a bad race right now, but Lacroix wins it.
I don't think I've ever seen Lacroix lose a race. Played with him in Reno for 2 years. I don't think so. Not going to win that one.
Now Foster goes back to Beaudry. Always calm, despite his youth. And now Clegg on the right side. And Huerman didn't realize how much space that he had. Clegg saw it. Now Spangler washed by a couple and gets the most out of that. And although Ajmer Spangler hasn't really had the match that some might have expected, moments like that showcase his quality.
Yeah, he's in those little tight situations. He gets a little foul, he gets a little shift and puts a pass in. He's done it a couple times tonight. Unfortunately, none have ended up in a goal or an assist, but if he could just get one in the next 10 minutes, we'll have a good game in the last 10.
So Ramos wants his space. Free kick is taken. Sunbelt Rentals, local hustle, national muscle. McCormick sends this ball to the top of the 18. Teddy Baker can't slip through. Now Ramos. Baker. McCormick. Just too tight for Texoma. Now Hanya has his eyes up. He's always looking to play forward. And Baker brings down Hanya. An easy yellow card offense.
And you can see Texoma is just like one or two little pass or a little flick away from getting in behind and scoring a goal. But this is definitely...
And that was up on the shoulder, closer to the face than it might have seemed at first glance. And Teddy Baker honestly has to be happy that it was just a yellow. And you can see the fan behind. He has his own red card. He knows what he wanted to see, but it will be a yellow for Teddy Baker. A yellow card has been issued to Teddy Baker for Texoma. The caution is sponsored by Diversus Health, mental health, and well-being for all. Remember to take a moment to breathe.
And I think he needed that little breather. You could see the frustration come out. Unfortunate not to get on a shot off on the last one. Tracks back, pulls him down. A little frustration there from Baker.
So Brian Padilla now comes on for Brandon McManus. This substitution was brought to you by UCCS, where business careers start. We're nearing a quarter of an hour remaining, and the clock starting to work against Texoma. Colorado Springs very happy with where they sit right now. Continuing to dominate possession here in the second half. Hanya sees this skip behind him, but he does have the pace to get to it at the corner flag.
You see there's a lot of space in behind on this left side for Colorado, and they're really using it.
Good ball across from Hanya. Now Levante Johnson, who just came on. And his first touches, just couldn't work his way around Will Perkins. We saw a goal from a throw-in from this exact position earlier in this half. Henry Weston finally sends the ball in, but this comes quickly to Aaron Seeger.
You can see kind of the elevation getting to Texoma. They're looking a little tired. They need that little confidence boost, maybe just a shot on goal, something that gets them going. I mean, obviously you want a goal, but something just to turn that switch into a little bit of confidence.
And Colorado Springs wants to shut that water off. This is Hanya. Echeverria. Now Huerman, who has that second goal. First goal came from Juan Tejada in the first half. This has the Switchbacks up by 2 on top of Texoma. Good cycling of the ball right now for the Switchbacks, as they like to keep possession, force Texoma to move from left to right.
Yeah, you're just trying to drag players out, find those little spaces of in between the defenders to drag another one out and just keep creating those spaces, eventually getting him behind.
Hanya was looking for Juan Tejada. Did exactly what you said, Corey, as that space opened up for Hanya, but rather than shoot, wanted to play provider.
He needs to be a little greedy here. Tejada is there, but his 2 center backs just hit that hard across the goal, and maybe there's a little deflection there, and Tejada has another tap in.
And that corner kick was brought to you by Pikes Peak National Bank. '77th minute. And Texoma is down by 2 goals. John A. isolated against Foster. He wanted to use his pace earlier. He used it to his advantage. Numbers arriving in the box. And Beaudry, just a slight.
Those, in my playing career, those are my favorite types of balls. Make that near post run. All you got to do is get a little touch on it. It's 2-1. You got a game. Unfortunately, their forwards didn't make that run across, but that's a great ball. Straight across the near post.
Beaudry was able to collect. He's working on another clean sheet. It's to be expected from a player of his caliber. The rising stars in the youth system in the U.S. men's national team program. Has played at the U17 level, at the U20 level. And he was in goal for the World Cup at the U17 level back in 2023.
Yeah, you can see his confidence in the goal, on the ball, very calm, and reads the game very well.
eFootball is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download now. Clegg. Huerman, a nice little touch, and receives it back.
You can see the movement off the ball from Colorado. Forwards coming in, wingers coming in, interchanging. It's very nice to watch. It's very tough for Texoma to get a ball, get any pressure on the ball, because they feel like they're just chasing shadows right now.
Hanya, again, sends the ball centrally to Tyler Clegg. Clegg decides to shoot! Oh my! The center back with a spectacular shot. And Switchbacks FC make it 3-0.
And you can see as soon as that ball comes back to him, he wanted to shoot it right away, took an extra touch, looked up, took a little closer, keeper's not set, puts it low into the corner. Great finish. And as it comes across, you can see him. As soon as it's here, you knew he was going to hit it. I think I even said, please don't hit it. And then he took a little touch. You could see it. Touch there, boom. What a finish.
And for Tyler Clegg, he opens up his account for this season. His first goal in any competition. What a way to open up that account. And now Switchbacks FC have made it 3-0. And that late goal all but does it. The Switchbacks goal is presented by Gold Hill. Gold Hill, the best address. Tyler Clegg, former member of Portland Timbers 2 last season, also played his collegiate ball at James Madison University. Makes it 3-0. Now Heuerman has it. 4v4. Johnson in possession. And Johnson's shot is saved.
And like we were talking about earlier, games can change seasons. Maybe they're not going to go to the next round of this, but this could spark that little second half of the season where Colorado now goes on a little win streak and then they're in the playoffs.
John A. not going to get to that ball before it rolls out. And this opportunity, a real chance to catapult us forward for the rest of the year. That is a direct quote from James Chambers. He wanted his team to do all the things that they talk about week in and week out. We want to play the game the right way, but we have to execute, and knew that Texoma was the side that they could really test where they were at after their 1-0 victory over Birmingham Legion. And now Marco Micheletto, who's come on, has 5 goals on the year in all competitions, also a great passer. Hanya's cushion touch was a little too heavy. Isaiah Foster is going to be given a yellow card for holding Ashmir Spangler.
And yes, Colorado's been dominating this game, but early in the game, Texoma did have their chances to put them away. And this is what happens when you don't put your chances away and one team does.
That substitution is brought to you by UCCS, where business careers start. And now that yellow card has been issued to Isaiah Foster. This caution is sponsored by Diversus Health, mental health and well-being for all. Remember to take a moment to breathe. Foster receiving that yellow, just holding up Ashmir Spangler. Didn't want to allow the restart to continue as well. Foster, however, wins that ball. Now Ozzy Ramos. Baker. Now Texoma trying to find something here. Adam Beaudry wants that clean sheet. Good ball. And Luke McCormick just couldn't get on the end of it. This corner kick is brought to you by T. Rowe Price. Invest with confidence. It will be Ozzy Ramos who will take this corner. 83rd minute of action. And a foul inside the box. And Texoma can't even take advantage of that set piece. Adam Beaudry getting ready to get things going, but not before these substitutions happen for Texoma. And so Ashmir Spangler, his day is going to come to a close. That's Luke McCormick. He also is going to come out for Texoma. Diego Pepe will come on, and Damian Yermarino also will come on. And these two substitutions brought to you by UCCS, where business careers start. There's Pepe, you saw Marino, and for Damian Marino, an amazing story. He coaches the youth for Texoma FC, and the coaching staff really wanted to bring him in. He wasn't ready when he first came on with the team, but because of his work ethic, because he's just a great person, Coach Adrian Forbes said, we want to give him a chance. They signed him to a contract. He had his first ever appearance last match versus Union Omaha, and Coach Forbes wasn't happy that he had to take him out because of the red card from Jordan Chavez. That was the only tactical substitution he could make. So now Marino has come back on for these final moments of this match, and Coach Forbes wants to continue to find time for him just because of his work ethic, what he brings to the table. And Ian Marino is going to not miss out on this chance. He's not going to take it lightly.
Yeah, and these are minutes where guys maybe during the season don't get these chances, get them game fit, get them touches on the ball. Yeah, it's 3-0, but hey, try to go get one.
Padilla sends the ball out wide. This is Perkins. Perkins onto his right. The shot is wide, and that will be a goal kick. So the USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN Plus. Go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com. Complete USL TV listings. 86th minute. Levante Johnson might be loose. Hanya is off his left. Johnson trying to cut back in. Benjamin Meyer says nothing there.
Questionable there. It looks like he does go down a little easy. He's waiting for the contact. I think, honestly, he cuts that in. If he stays up, he's in on goal. But I think he went down too easy, looking for the PK too early.
And Marco Micheletto, who just comes on, and that's going to be a yellow card for him.
A scissors tackle right there.
You see here from Micheletto, try to get some of the ball. And Lamine Jane is able to get back up. This yellow card was issued to Marco Micheletto for Colorado Springs. The caution is sponsored by Diversus Health, mental health and well-being for all. Remember to take a moment to breathe. Micheletto, who is a MLS Next Pro Cup champion with Columbus, played last year with New Mexico. Ozzy Ramos. As you take a look at Micheletto, he's come and been a real bright spot for Colorado Springs, who's needed goals this year. He's provided them with 5. Now needing to defend this clean sheet for the Switchbacks. Ramos sends this ball in. Again, first to it was Foster. Another opportunity that goes awry for for Texoma, unable to do anything with that set piece.
And if you're Colorado, you want to focus on these 3-4 minutes. Keep that clean sheet for your keeper, and not only for your keeper, but to show, hey, we can keep clean sheets, and it's good going into this second half of the season coming up. Just a little confident boost.
This ball slipped forward to Echeverria. Levante Johnson
hasn't found his touch as he came in, just a little rusty or a little just popping it up off the ground.
Here in the 90th minute. This ball will come to Beaudry. He'll go down and he'll take the extra time. Micheletto. Hanya. Now Hanya draws it in. Micheletto can't get a clean strike. And you see he slaps the ground in disgust. He and Hanya have that relationship, played against each other in MLS Next Pro, now are teammates here with Colorado Springs. Echeverria's little header off to the right side as Switchbacks will keep possession and continue to wind this clock as we are in the 90th minute in this final Group 2 match between Switchbacks and Texoma. Texoma came in wanting to shock the group and get a win over the USL Championship side. They had their chances in the first half. Could not finish. The first half goal came from Juan Tejada, Mr. Reliable, championship winner last year, championship final MVP. And then in the second half, a wonderful goal from Quincy Hierman. And then the third from a new member to the Switchbacks, and Tyler Clegg. Those are your 3 goals for the Switchbacks. Now it's the official. We're in stoppage time, which is presented by TikTok Shop. The 4th official announcing a minimum of 4 minutes of added time. Hierman at midfield. On towards Hanya.
And as a winger, you kind of want to stay farther wide there. You're always making your run in because it's easier for your midfielder to find you on that ball. If you're starting inside, the angle isn't there for the run.
Now Levante Johnson, there will be a foul. So man down for Texoma. You see here it was Creek on the tackle. And it's like Padilla who was down. Creek has walked the line today. He's had a lot of conversations with the referee, hasn't gone into the book. And he said his head coach, you never want to go into a tackle against him, so maybe learning a thing or two from Coach Chambers.
Yeah, that tackle, he did get the ball, but you can see the cleat up there and just smashes him.
So now John A. Nobody there for him. Adam Beaudry again, knowing exactly how he wants to play that. Second minute of added time. Colorado Springs has been the better side today. Levante Johnson onside. Levante Johnson right at Seeger.
That's good by him, driving at the defender. Keep going, keep going. The defender never steps, so why not take your shot? I thought this last touch was a little too far in front. Defender doesn't step, but why not take a shot?
Again with Seeger, who's given up the ball today. Now this is Hierman. He loads up, and the brace is Quincy Hierman's.
And what a strike again. 2 highlight goals, unbelievable on his left foot. Hits it so clean, top right corner. Seeger doesn't even know what to do, just stands there.
Quincy Hierman now with 3 goals in Jägermeister Cup play. And here again, just a bad giveaway. Lacroix was first to it. As Hierman picked his head up, he knew exactly what he was gonna do. And this strike from distance, a phenomenal one. And Quincy Hierman working his way into the Golden Boot race in the Jägermeister Cup. In this final performance of the group. That goal was brought to you by Gold Hill. Gold Hill, the best address. Trying to catch Adam Beaudry slipping, but he was always there. And now allows him a chance to run this time off. So Colorado Springs Switchbacks with a dominant performance. Micheletto on the ball. They lead by 4 as Hierman has 2 goals both in this second half. And there is your full-time whistle. 2 wins in Jägermeister Cup play for Colorado Springs. The final, Colorado Springs Switchbacks 4, Texoma FC 0. And a second straight clean sheet garnered by Adam Beaudry. Final thoughts, Corey?
Yeah, it's just 2 different teams with 2 different finishes, and when you score your goals, that's what it looks like. And Texoma didn't take their chances in the first half. Could have been a total different game, but Colorado did, and maybe this is that turning point they need in their season.
Here's the critical moment of the match, which is presented by Common Spirit Health. And you see here, Quincy Hierman, he got his brace. Here was his first goal, barred down, a beauty from Hierman. As Corey said, pretty much out of nothing, but when you're a consummate goal scorer, things just tend to go your way. There is your critical moment of the match, which is presented by Common Spirit Health. And the votes are in. The Groom Transportation Man of the Match is Quincy Hierman. Groom Airport Shuttle, providing stress-free transportation between Colorado Springs and DIA. Hierman with 3 goals now in all competitions. Played in 3 different stops. Palm Beach Atlantic, Seton Hall, and then played at Louisville. And he's a former player of the year in the Sunshine State Conference. And now he is the player of the match here today for Colorado Springs Switchbacks. So we'll take a break, be back to wrap things up. Switchbacks FC, a dominant victory over Texoma, 4-0.
Injured in a crash? Get McDivitt and you get a firm dedicated to every single detail of your case.
We have the knowledge and resources to investigate the crash and your insurance company's small print.
Details matter. That's why we dive deep into every aspect of your case. This gives us the firepower we need to make the insurance company pay you the money you deserve.
We never ask you to pay a penny until we get you max money for your injuries.
Online at McDivittLaw.com.
McDivitt.
The moment you call McDivitt, an action plan is put into place right away to get you the help you need.
Each case and each client is different, with different needs and solutions. Your attorney and team immediately investigates every aspect of your crash and injuries.
We track down all the paperwork and deal directly with the insurance company for you.
We keep you in the loop every step of the way, fighting to get you max money for your injuries.
And you never pay us a dime until we get money for you.
McDivitt.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Well, tonight's final score is presented by the Independence Center, and Quincy Hierman all smiles with the fam as they win 4-0 over Texoma. Now tonight's highlights are presented another top corner hit. In tonight's match, stats are presented by Groom Transportation. The possession stats well in favor of Switchbacks FC like they were after the first half, and that's why you see more goals coming for them.
Yeah, not many shots on target for Texoma, but that's what they need to start doing, finishing those chances, getting those goals early, and putting teams away.
Well, that's going to do it from Widener Field and Colorado Springs, Colorado. It was an excellent day for the Switchbacks. They find 4 goals against Texoma, and they find a second win in Jägermeister Cup play. With Corey Herzog, my name is James Hadnot saying so long from Colorado Springs. The final once again, 4-0. Have a blessed evening.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.